Hi, it's Melissa. Welcome to Messy Missy Creates. I'm gonna do a journal-ish video. I'm feeling a little discombobulated because I made a video and was working on backgrounds with you, and because I had some questions on how I do my background. So I did like the first week of backgrounds, and I did the journaling, the first day or two of journaling with you. And I don't know what happened to the video. It just appears white on my screen. So it's corrupted, I guess. Anyway, so I'm gonna kind of start over. And then I've been really busy making, not birthday cards. What is this? Easter. Yes. As a matter of fact, this will probably come out on Easter Sunday. So if you celebrate Easter, happy Easter. I hope you have a great weekend. And anyway, do whatever it is that you do. And I'm sneaking in a little bit of journaling time. I'll show you what I've been up to. Well, let me close that for a second. I love all my bunnies. I made, well, I'll keep the envelopes with them. That one and this one. And I hope that, I hope that they're coming out as colorful on screen as they are in real life. My camera, I've always had trouble with my cameras picking up shades of blue, like turquoise. So these are kind of like robin's egg blue. And then those are 5x7s. And here, I'll let you get up close and personal. And these are little, they're called mini slimlines. I haven't put anything in them yet, but, and here's another one. So this is made with, pattern paper, mostly die cuts. And there's a third one. Oh yeah, this one. So I kind of like that half fold. It's not a half, it's a little more than half. But anyway, that one I kind of actually stumbled on accident. And then I made this one, and I would like to start filming some of that, but I don't have my filming stuff set up where I have my card making stuff set up. So, and I honestly was doing it kind of just on the fly a little bit here and there. And, I've got bunnies, so this one's showing up really dark, but, or at least it looks like that on my screen. And then this one is a watering can, and it looks like it's really dark on the camera, but it's a paper that is a galvanized print. And so I thought that was a neat little watering can with tulips in it. So that's what I have been doing in my creative spare time. So I have not been journaling. I needed to get my Easter cards done, and well, I did not get them mailed. So, yeah, that will have to, most of them I'm going to give out in person. So I have not made this was my reserved for my monthly spread. I do feel very behind. I feel very disconnected from journaling right now. I don't know why. Probably because I'm devoting some mental space to another craft, and it's also gardening season, and it's collard canning season. I feel like I've cooked more collards in the last couple of weeks than I have. I showed you this. I don't know if that's part on the video, that I had gone to Joann's one evening, and I got these cups. One says Plant Mama and one says Some Bunny Needs Coffee. I was like, yes, those are both mine. I'm taking them home. And fortunately, they were like, I don't know, 40, 50, 60% off, something like that. So, let me turn back, because I think this is the one I did on the video that I can't get. And so this was Saturday the 1st, and it was a nice day. It was partly cloudy. My husband and I worked on finishing weeding our big flower bed out in the front yard, on the front side of the house, and he started draining the pool. We just have a round above ground pool. It's a pretty big one, but it's above ground. And then we went, oh, I need a birthday something. I was canning collards. That was my first batch. And it's the first batch I've ever done. They turned out pretty good. And then we went to Longhorn for a birthday dinner. And then on the way home, I was like, can we sneak by Hobby Lobby and Joann's? And so we did. We just snuck in there, and it was a little quick trip. I was kind of sad that Hobby Lobby quit selling some of my favorite supplies, which is, well, die cuts. And they've moved stuff around. It's been a while since I've been in there. So I had a feeling, because I was expecting the new stuff to come out. It usually comes out after my birthday, which that would be February. So it usually comes out like in March. And, you know, the new spring stuff. And so, anyway, I was sad to know that they quit selling some of the stamps and some of the die cuts. And they've kind of cut back on some of the inks. And so, yeah, I was just kind of a sad puppy. This I thought was a cute little piece of clip art that I'm butchering, fussy cutting, but it's all right. Yeah, I thought it was super cute. The pool drained enough that he got in it, and so it just with his waders or his tall boots, and oh, I cut off his little toe. Anyway, I just well, I better be careful in that region, huh? Yeah, so this isn't made for kids, huh? Alrighty, well, let me make sure I don't cut off anything else. Alrighty, there we go. But I just thought that was cute, and so it's going in my journal. And, oh, not that day. Sorry, my bad. This day. I was like, wait a minute, I already glued it in the pool. Wait. And I had shown you my, I think it's in the video that, see, this is where I got discombobulated, and I was frustrated, and I kept thinking that the video, I've had them do that before, where they like disappeared and then they'll come back. And so I waited a couple days, and I thought, you know, I did all the things like restart it and all that. But, so I've already cut this out, but I made a printable, and it has my Easter peeps for numbers, and I just drew these up real quick on my iPad and in Procreate, and I matched the colors. I just kind of picked some spring colors. So that's where my numbers and my days came from. And I was talking in the one video about you know, I wouldn't have put, I didn't necessarily like my color combination for this day, because it was this kind of, I did Distress inks on the background, and I think I used peel paint or crushed olive maybe, I don't know, anyway. And I really would have liked, I should have used like this Twisted Citron. I like that one better. It's a much more bright color. So, and you know, green and orange, and then I did green and pink combination. Those don't exactly, if you mix them together, they make mud, you know. So, but the way I do it, I do them one color at a time when I kind of smush them around on the paper a little bit. And anyway, so I printed out a few more things that I was, oh, I printed out some pictures of my cards. I doubt very seriously I will get to those days, but I needed some more church symbols, or not symbols, clip art. I did not print any more before because I thought that I was going to order some And I just never did. I never found any that, you know, just lit my world up. So I decided to wait. And yeah, so I did. So I just printed some. Oops. Okay. And I need to, I'm going to jiggle you just for a second because I got to turn my ringer off. Okay. I had forgotten to do that before I started filming. And my husband went out and ran an errand, so I feel pretty confident he's going to call. Even though I told him, I'm probably going to be filming. So, let's see, I did a second batch. I don't know what I was starting to say, but that was, I did laundry. I did all the fun things. I picked, my chamomile is finally starting to bloom. And that's something that grows in the cooler months for us. It doesn't usually last through the hot summers. So anyway, so on this day it was pretty, we had a nice, you know, a nice day. Let's see, I'm going to put that up here. And then we came home and he did this. Trying to think of how, well, he looks like a Jolly Green Giant compared to that little pool, doesn't he? Trying to think of how I want this. Anything else I have to put on this day? Let me see. Nope, I don't think so. I can save that for the next day, maybe. Yeah, that might have been the next day anyway. But did all these variety of colors and speckled eggs, and because I did not glue my pages, it's going through, and I knew that, and that's okay. I can live with that. Like I said, when I do my colors, I do them individually, and so it doesn't really make mud. So where is, oh, hey, it's not your turn. Not your turn. Come on. So, let's see. Let's just put that right front and center. Put him up here. And so we got the pool cleaned out. And it has been really, really warm here. But it does take... we started filling it. I think he started filling it Sunday night and filled it all night, and I think it went into Monday maybe. And well, I might have to put something right there. I actually got these this night, but I was using them the next morning, so we'll just leave it at that. Oh, I guess I should have put that. No, actually, I don't think I used them that morning because I hadn't washed them, hadn't run the dishwasher. So I think I used it that night. It does not matter, right? Trying to think, because I wanted to do some of that color blocking a little bit, or, you know, where I color block my journaling, but really doesn't matter with the, you know, this background. And I'm just babbling. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. All right, I'll do it like that. You know how you do laundry and you do all the things kind of while you're doing other things. So I do need some garden clip art on here. It's just gonna kind of go right there. And what do I have for garden? Oh, I know one thing. Yeah, that was when we weeded the flower bed, front flower bed. And then this day I actually planted. And that front bed is strictly flowers. It has a couple of flowering herb, you know, herb type flowers in it, but like calendula and whatever, but they're all still flowers. So I was going to put that on that day. And if I stagger them a little bit, it kind of gives me a little bit of space to write about each thing. And I don't know how, you know, well, I do know how some of you journal because I watch you journal. But, you know, I don't tend to use a lot of flips and things like that. I usually don't need the space. Unless unless it's a special occasion or something like that. Let me see. I'm going to scoot this down here a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. That gives me a journaling spot there and there. And then I don't think I want this one. I think I want this one. I think this was the day that, yeah. And again, it doesn't matter. But when I started journaling this, I was journaling it like on the day or like the day after. And so it was fresh on my mind. So I was targeting a little bit more specific clip art. And not just saying, oh, we worked in the garden. I was getting a little more specific because I remember, you know, you remember the day of and maybe the next day, but, you know, now it's been almost a week. Well, actually, this is a week because today I don't know what today is. Today's Saturday. Sorry, my bad. It feels like Sunday because my husband was off yesterday, and that's unusual. But anyway, so, that's my goal, is to, you know, journal promptly enough that I am, you know, remembering more specifics, especially gardening, because I'm trying to get to the point where I can really log my garden, like when I planted what. And I keep saying I'm going to make a garden journal, and I don't know when to start it because I never stop gardening. Seriously, I mean, I garden all through my actual favorite time to garden is in the fall. And so, you know, that's when other areas are winding down and they kind of put their gardens to rest or to bed for the, you know what? I think both of these are going to get chunked to Monday. And it's okay. Yep. Because I'm going to you're going to get tossed to the side. And I love it when, I think I actually just used this one though. I did. I love it when we garden together. I do a lot of it, you know, during the week or whatever. And some of it's, you know, in the morning when he's not here or whatever. But, oh, I don't know if I'm using this one or, I don't really think I need it. He worked on getting new mulch put down. And I'm cutting this one out because, I don't know, I just picked it up. And I really gonna probably use it on, gonna think about it, Monday or Tuesday? Monday, yes, so the next day. That's okay. That works. Because I was home and I did work in the garden a good bit. So I'm going to use that one for that day. I don't have a man attached to this wheelbarrow. So maybe I will use... Oh, it does not matter, does it? He makes soil for me this day, I do believe. So, you know, I really should use parchment paper when I do that. Okay. I have a shovel. So let's see, I did laundry. He worked on the pool. He cleaned the pool out. We planted flowers, or I planted flowers. And he was working on the mulch and the pathways in the garden in between the beds. And I canned, and I guess I can go back and add this because I did use it. I can cut it down some though. It doesn't have to be that big. Yeah, I was gonna say, you can see that's my stove, my cooktop. And I still had the canner out and everything, so it probably was this day. Let's see, that does not look straight, but I think it's because it's an optical illusion. Yeah, because I didn't take the picture straight. There, that will work. How are you progressing on your April journals? Let's see, here we go. Oh, this was the day I think I printed those. It must have been, I had them on here. So this must have been the day, it was, because I was at home and I was trying to video, or I did video that. That must have been the day that I filmed the, come on, words, that I filmed the video that is missing, or that's corrupt. Wow, okay. So, oh, that's not that day. Not that day, not that day. What did I do Monday? I know this has to be exciting because I live such an exciting life. But, you know, you journal what you do, right? Where you are, and yes, I planted. I made cards, and I gardened. And I stayed home. I do not have a home thing. Seems like I went somewhere. Like, and that was the next day. Because I drove. Those are usually memorable days. I guess that must have been what I was thinking. So, I did pick, you tend to pick chamomile and calendula. You pick those in the morning. My calendula is not blooming yet. So, and I did plant, and I made that, and then I videoed, and it went away. So that makes me sad. I have die cuts on here. Oh, I know what I did. I will put some of the pictures of the cards on there. I think I made this one. Made this one first. That might not be true. Might have been this one. But it does not matter. So I did a little bits here and there, and I wrote die cuts in my notes because I made up a lot of the die cut pieces, like the baskets and the bunnies and, you know, the watering cans, things like that. I made up those, and then, well, I could finish cutting these out, I guess. That way, when I was ready to assemble the cards. So I did a lot of the assembly like yesterday and today, but we're just going to sprinkle some of these in here. I know I did these two first. And I don't know if any of you have ever made cards. I have dabbled in it for a little while, but I have not been very successful at completing a lot of them, primarily because I struggle with the composition of them. You know, I second guess myself a lot, which I do with pretty much everything I do. Let's see. I don't really need that green border around there, but I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to put these two on this day. And let's see. I'm going to leave the gardening stuff because I usually do that in the morning, and then I'll come back and do a little bit in the evening, but we're going to put these here, and then, yeah, let's do it that way. There we go. That'll work, kind of, sort of. Might come back and write who I'm giving that one to. But I'm wanting to document, like, for next year, I can look back and I can see, okay, these are the ones I made this year. And when I'm lacking ideas, you know, you have all this stuff, but you got to put it together, kind of like journaling. And sometimes that gets a little overwhelming. So much like journaling, you know, sometimes if I'm struggling putting it together, then I will just do the pieces and parts. And I do the same with cards. So on this day, a lot of what I did was, you know, the die cut pieces. So, yep, husband just calling. I knew he'd do that. But that's okay, because I muted it. But he must be on his way home. So I'm not going to make this a real long video. I know I haven't put out much this week, so yeah, let's do that. I know I haven't put out much this week, video-wise, because, well, again, I lost that one, and then I kind of lost my... I hate to say it like that, but it took the wind out of my sail. I guess. I'm assuming. And then, you know, I was doing other things. I'm going to do... I'm trying to do one more day. And then... that I might do 2 more days. No, I didn't drive that day. It was Wednesday. Okay. What did I do this day? I need a number to start with. And I need a Tuesday. Well, I did not plan this very well because well, I was trying to vary what colors the days of the week were, and I didn't do very well with that Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I did it Friday and Saturday and a little bit on Sunday, but yeah, so I didn't do a very good job of that. I kind of did them in a hurry because as we already determined, it was already the 3rd of the month, so yeah. And I needed to put something in my journal, and I knew what I wanted. I just hadn't made it yet. I made the numbers. I made those in advance. And I don't have to use those. I have other days of the week, but I'm going to keep it simple, and I am going to use... I do have a pink Tuesday. No, I'm just going to use what I made. And I made them like that so they were easy to cut out. Just rectangles. Because I knew that come April and then in May, gardening kind of rules my life. I would like to, you know, because that's, well, March too a little bit, but not quite as much. Because we still have to be a little weather conscious in March. But in April and May, it's planting, and then, well, April is a lot of planting, and then harvesting. So this is when my winter garden and fall garden overlaps my spring garden. And so I can't plant all my stuff out, you know, just yet. Ooh, I do not like that. I usually do the weekday first, and then I overlap. There we go. Okay. I might have to like draw around that because the yellow is really washed out. And I might go back and reprint those so that I don't have, you know, the same color on the same day. Or every time, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, boy, I am really scattered. Oh, shoot, I forgot to print out the donut stuff. This was the day I was supposed to have a root canal. And I went with my friend, Cheryl, and we went to see Our Lady in the, I keep calling it a nursing home. It's really a rehab facility. And somewhere I have that sticker. And here's another reason why I'm discombobulated. Because one of my little tables in here, I had to pull out for something to use yesterday. Or the day before yesterday. And that really discombobulated me because I moved all my stuff. Does anybody else get like that? So I feel like I don't know where my stuff is, but I know it's right here. It's just not where I'm used to reaching. Gonna go ahead and do this since yeah. This was my, this was our Easter prompt challenge. That was the word for that week, this week. It was Easter. And so, I don't know if you watched that video. If you didn't, it's, well, it should be the video that is right before this one. And I did Easter eggs. I did animals, straw, tulips, erasable ink, and Rick Rack. So, and I didn't do any background for that day. It's okay. I use my markers because I have them and I can. So at least I've got my numbers down. Okay. My goal is to go through and I am going to try to do all my numbers. That was kind of what I was doing in that video that got lost. I was trying to do the first week. So let's see, I did that. And I know I keep flipping back and forth. I'm sorry. I have my little sticker. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I knew I had it. Let me, hold on. Give me just 1 second. I tend to try to block out the name of that. Just for their privacy. I cut my finger today on a die. Yeah, on a die cut, like the metal dies that you use to die cut things. And I went pretty deep, and it's right on the tip of my finger. And you know those things hurt the worst. Yep. They hurt like crazy. So what do you do when you feel discombobulated? Does anybody else use that word, or is that just me? Here we go. Oh, funny story. Okay, if I haven't lost you by now. Oh, I did have more churches in here. Duh. Okay. I need to get the one where I have the pushing the wheelchair. Okay, so I want you to picture this. So the two of us are in our wheelchairs, and when we got there, she had them get her up into her chair. So she said she had not been outside since she got there, and she's been there for, I don't know, a month month and a half, something like that. And I was like, she wasn't able to get out of bed very easily. And so, even with the staff helping. So, that's why. There's a reason. And so, she got one of her casts taken off, something like that, a brace. And so now they can get her up in the chair easier. So, so they had her up in the chair when we got there, and I said, you know, she said she hadn't been outside. So I said, well, let's go outside. So we went. You know, I really don't want that one on here either. I want the ones with the chairs. Anyway, I'll find it. But in the meantime, I'm going to put this down with my temporary adhesive. So I will remember to do that. Or if I forget, then at least there's something in there. So the two of us in our chairs, and then we had her in her chair, and I had this handle with my right hand, and she had this handle with her left hand. So I was pushing my chair with my left hand, holding her handle. So we both, the three of us in our chairs, went down the hallways in this triangle. And I know that the staff there gets a kick out of us. And it's a sight, trust me. It is, it's quite comical. But, you know, you do what you gotta do, right? Oh, I said I was gonna, oh well. Said I was gonna use the removable adhesive, and I did not. I'm telling y'all, my brain is like really scattered today. So I'll have to save room for that story anyway. But it was quite funny. So then I come home. I think I'm fixing to go have this root canal done. And I had not at this point made that video, which I talked about that in that Inspired to Create the Prompt Challenge video. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to have to make this video after coming back from getting this root canal. So I had no idea what this was going to be like. And so, but they had to cancel the appointment because the dentist had to leave. And so, yeah. So I ended up getting a reprieve from my dental appointment. And I think I'm going to go ahead and, let's see, I think I have a dentist appointment dental thing in here somewhere. See, that's what I had, the ones that I was getting ready to use. I already had them pulled and I moved them. And so I was trying to gather them all up before I came back in here and started filming again, but I guess I did not. Aha, yes, I got them right here. So I probably shouldn't even put that on here, but I want to document that it was canceled. So and then I have it again this next Tuesday. So man, that leaves such a hump right here. That finger is sore. So anyhow, so I did that, and I went ahead and filmed. And then what else did I do? Let's see. Should I put... Yeah, I'm going to put this down here. And then I'll put this here. I think. Yes, that'll work. So that'll give me space to write about that. And then I'll write about this. And then really don't even need that day. Other than, you know, I gardened. And no, it was this day that I filmed. I need to put a little film sticker on there. It was that day that I filmed the one that went bad. So, but I got a good bit done in the garden. And well, mostly Monday, but I've been plugging away at it little by little. Today it has rained all day, which actually was kind of fine because you know, just gave me a day to be inside and, you know, just kind of you know, get caught up, finish my cards. And I was cooking some stuff for Easter tomorrow. What are you doing, if anything? We're gonna go to not my sister's house, my nephew and his fiance. They just got a new house, and so we're gonna go over there. And haven't been to their house yet. They just moved in like last week or two. And let's see. I'm gonna try to get through this day, and then I'm gonna call it quits. And then I will feel like I am back up to speed. So let me find my little car, because guess who drove herself to PT this day? If you've made it this far in this video, I think I've got I did. Grab the wrong envelope. I really like this system, by the way. I know I say that on a regular basis. Here we go. I'm gonna have to divide up this one because there's too many things in here. I might have to, I have it under activities, and I really wasn't sure how to, oh, yep, here's my student driver. Here we go. So I found a way. No, I want a bigger car than that. Come on, I know you're in here. Oh, I hope I do. Hope I have a big one. Maybe not. Oh, I need to put that on the other day. Okay, so I have to use a little car. Well, fiddlesticks. I think this is all the same. Yeah. Make sure I don't have a big car. And see, I had all these churches. How did I not see them? So, yeah, I think I need to separate out, like, my volunteer stuff, maybe, or things that I do. It's hard to know how to categorize things up front. I can use that one. Well, that's okay. I have the student driver. Yeah, I might have to separate out, like, volunteer activities or volunteer something or another. So I use my little car then. And I'll be happy with it. But I found a back way. So I can go on. I left my street, y'all. I finally left my road. But I can take all these little back roads. Boy, these are tiny. You know, I really printed these tiny ones for the sticker book. The planner. The thing in the front. The monthly view or the sticker planner or whatever you want to call it. One day I'll decide what I want to call it. I like sticker planner. But I'm not really a planner girl. If you can't tell. I kind of tend to live backwards, not forwards. So I drove and I drove. I drove myself to PT. And I only have one side of this page to do this. So I guess I better lay out all of the stuff I'm doing. So let me get my PT what I'm gonna do for PT. And what did we do this day? Oh, she had me on the seated elliptical. And that went well. We still walked. I need to print some new, I might use that. Need to print some different PT. Okay, see, I looked for that. Need to do some different PT clip art. Yeah. Words are hard. And see, like, this is still OT. I don't even do OT anymore. Ooh, let's do that one. I don't know that we actually worked on steps that day, but no, I'll use that one. I like that one because I'm doing really well, and I'm trying to, yeah, I'm fumbling. And then I drove from there. Let me finish the sentence. I found the way I could go back roads. I can't get above about 40. My foot is not quite there yet, and so I can only push the pedal far enough to do about 40. I can touch like 42, 43 occasionally, but I can't maintain it, if that makes sense. So that works just fine for all these little back roads. So I found a way to go where it was nothing but back roads. Now, yes, it's longer and whatever, but I left like 45 minutes early. My husband asked me, what's gonna happen when you go? Because typically, not typically, every other time I've gone to PT for the last almost, year and a half, 2 years, I have had someone drop me at the front door. So let's see, this is up here, this is here, this is here. I don't think I did anything else. Yeah, I did garden, so I'll use my little water lady or something. Anyway, so he said, what's going to happen if there's not a handicap spot? Because usually those are all full. Now, my appointment was early enough that I thought, well, hopefully I will glue this on straight. Hopefully I'll find one, but if not, it's attached to a main hospital, and the main hospital has valet. It would be a really long walk. Or, hopefully I'd find other parking or whatever. So, let's see. Yeah, I'm going to do that here and then here. I like to stagger them. I don't know why. And, just hopefully hopefully I'm going early enough that I find a spot. So, I did. I do believe that my husband followed me. He's such a sweetheart. He's so funny. He just wanted to make sure that I got there okay, except I say followed me. He went the way that he thought I was going, but I had found a different way that was even smaller back roads, and I guess I hadn't shared that with him, and so, yeah. Let's see, I'm gonna backtrack, because I did work in my journal a little bit this day. Well, yeah, because I made that video. And I could have used one of these on the day before that. Let's see, I'll just put it down here. And that will work. There, it gave me something else to go on that bottom. And I'm just going to look real quick to see. think I have one. Yes. Look at, well, nope. Wasn't what I thought it was. I have one where it's just, well, let's look and see what I do have. That and that. That. Here we go. One of these. Because mainly what, aha, here we go. I'll use, not, yep. Yep. Come on, back in there you go. Here we go. I still haven't labeled that. I know I say that every time, but I still haven't labeled it. My niece had been coming so much, you know, she'd been coming over just about every, you know, anytime I was at home. And so I do sort of feel like, I mean, as much as that helped me get some things done, I felt like I got behind on other things that I do, you know, by myself. Or, you know, like the garden or whatever. So, in my journaling and my video making and things like that. And, which was fine. It just was for like, what, how many weeks? And so I felt like I got a little bit behind. And so when you're running behind constantly, you tend to not put things away. You know, I don't want to say properly, but as well as you would normally, maybe. And so everything's just kind of out. And so therefore I don't know where anything is. So what I really need to do, and I probably will now that I'm done using my extra time to make Easter cards, I need to just take a day or, you know, several hours or whatever and come in here and don't really want that close to the edge, just in case I come back and add washi. I don't want to, I mean, I need to take a couple hours or a half a day or a whole day or whatever and just come in and really reorganize myself, you know, in my journal stuff, my craft room. So I think I'm going to stop there. And you're like, hooray, because you're babbling. So, so I need to go back and write. I still have to go back and write my March journal. I really have not. I have my notes, but I seriously am just that far, that behind. And it's okay, because I have pictures. I have something on every day, and that's just where I'm at. And it's okay. If I don't go back and get the writing in there, that's fine too. So, I was going to, or I was thinking about it after I just said I was going to stop. I have not used these enough to know what colors are what. But this is what I'm talking about when I talk about like blocking off. Although I'm not going to do it because I have background colors. But how do I want to divide this? Well, it's all kind of the same thing, isn't it? So I might just come in here and like block off. And so I'll write about this up here. And I might even, what does the other one look like? Aha. So I might just come in here and go around, you know, like this. Outline some of the stuff. But also, you know, just to kind of divide it up. Okay, I don't like that, but you get what I'm talking about. And that I do better when I'm just in here and by myself and not the camera, you know, the camera's not on. And but like if I didn't have a background, I would take like a really light color, a highlighter, or this color actually is pretty good. And I would just go over the background with that color, and then I would write it in with just a pen. So I do plan on doing more of that, you know, back here. And like right here. So, you know, for example, I would section this off. Do I want this color? Yeah, why not? At least for this part. So if I take this, and then I didn't really leave myself enough room, but that's okay. You can jump down and, you know, I can even come down and do this. And then I'll just fill in the color. This is a little bit darker than I would want, and it's a smaller tip than I'd want. So I'd probably take, that was one of the reasons why I got this jumbo thing of markers. And let me see what color is closest to that one. That's too dark. Ooh, that's darker than it looked. That's deceiving. But something like a highlighter or something that has, you know, a lighter color. Like this one. And actually, that's a pretty small, that's a different shade. So I could either do lines and then write in between them. This one goes on a whole lot smoother than these midliner, the mild liners. So let's say I don't color it solid. I can just do lines. It just gives some differentiation between your writing. So I'll do another color up there. Let's see. What color do I want? And I do have some other mild liners. Oh, I'm going to use a yellow. So now I probably have duplicates. No, maybe I want, sure, let's use yellow. And really it's just kind of filling the space. Okay, this one goes on much smoother than the new ones. I wonder why. Maybe, because I really haven't used these that much. That's weird, because this just glides on like butter. And maybe that's a little busy for your liking. I don't know. But I'll just go in and write, and I'm not going to worry about necessarily staying in the lines. It's just, this is just background, I guess, for me. You can go in and make it solid if you want. Now I used to go all the way up to the, you know, well, let me fill this in. But I used to go all the way up to the top with my color. So in order for that, you really need some pretty broad, you know, some broad markers and some lighter colors, like this yellow. Let's see. It's a little bit different. Yeah. And I really need to do this when I'm paying more attention to what I'm doing and not mixing my colors so much. But I used to just go in and fill them in. When I did it kind of Hobonichi style, I enjoyed doing this. I like to color. So maybe that's why. And it doesn't have to be perfect. But that's kind of what I like to do sometimes. Especially if you don't have time to do your background before you put your stuff on. You know, I like to do the background around my stuff. Anyway, you get the idea. So it just kind of gives you a little bit of color. And, well, I guess I might as well finish that out, huh? But I'd really rather do this with cheap markers, like this Crayola. But it just has to be light. Otherwise, it'll really make your page look dark. So, but yeah, that's what I got these for. And I think I'm going to do a green. The Crayola ones are just dark. Even the ones that don't look dark, like that's dark. Look at how dark some of these are. That's not too bad. But this is that one. That was way darker than I expected. Okay, I said I was going to go, didn't I? But anyway, I think I like the one I just put up. Well, I will probably finish this off camera then. And that's what I liked about these two. You can make them thinner. You can make the line, you know, bolder. But to me, this is just kind of, I don't know. I want to say therapeutic, but it just is kind of relaxing. And it lets you think about what you're going to write, and, you know, just kind of gives you some variation in your page. So, all right, well, I'm going to go put up my marker mess that I just made. And, you know, now that's ready to journal. So hopefully this video actually shows up and I can post it. And I hope that you all have a happy Easter, and I will see you next week. Or, well, probably tomorrow or the next day. So you have a great day. I'll see you on the next page. Bye.